You guys, oh my God. So I'm supposed to have my appointment with my specialist tomorrow, right? I've been waiting for them to call me to tell me how much it's going to be. And the specialist is within the hospital that I'm delivering at. So the hospital calls me and they said, we just want to let you know you're part of it. Even though the insurance covers it, you haven't met your deductible, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I already knew that. And they're like, so you're part for the procedure. And I was like, hold on, what procedure? I'm just supposed to have an appointment with the specialist. And they're like, yes, but they require an ultrasound ahead of time because it's a different doctor. They want their own ultrasound. So that's considered a procedure. And I'm like, okay, what? And they're like, anyway, so because you haven't met your deductible, it's going to be like $690 something, almost 700 pretty much 700 fucking dollars. So, like for an ultrasound. I was like, what the? Because like right now I'm paying towards my deductible on ultrasounds I get at my doctor's and they're like $60. So I'm like, what the? A fucking $700 ultrasound. I was like, so I have to have it? And they're like, well, I mean, I'm just with the hospital medical stuff, but yeah, it's put down as like a procedure you have to have before you even have a consultation, whatever. And I was like, well, cancel my appointment because just know, like I would have to go into our emergency fund because I just paid my $3,000 labor and delivery bill. I think I made it in two payments. It is like, yeah, like I made it in two payments. And instead of spreading it out, because it's just easier for me to be like, take it all now so I don't spend it or whatever. So it was like, I have no words. So I'm going to call my doctor and tell her I canceled it. And it was just something as a resource she wanted me to look at. So, I mean, with like my pain and stuff, but I'm just gonna have to work with her and take the medicine for now. If it starts affecting Jackson negatively, like if I start losing more weight or they think he's stressed, then I will just have to take out of our emergency fund and go. But I was like, where do you want me to pull fucking $700 from? I just paid $3,000. Like, I can't even. Like, I called Justin. I was like, what the? So I'm letting dogs go to the bathroom and have to run errands. But I just thought I would spew that out while it was fresh. $700 for a freaking ultrasound. Like, I can't even. What? Like our 4D ultrasound, which is like a 30-minute ultrasound with a DVD and pictures, and I don't remember what else that comes with this package, was like $135. So what the hell do I need a $700? Okay, I'm gonna go run errands. I'm at Target looking at nursing bras and robes. Yeah. I think I'm gonna buy this robe. Maybe not today, but I think I'm gonna buy it for the hospital. I'm gonna show you guys. This is a robe I think I might get. It looks cozy. And it's extra large, so hopefully I'll fit in it when my belly's bigger. So I'm back. I'm gonna pack two different kinds of PJs in my hospital bag. I already have it all planned out. I have many friends that have had babies, and I've gotten many different points of views, and I'm just gonna kind of pack with everyone's thoughts in mind, plus my own comfort and what I feel comfortable with. So I found something that was one type of style pajama I did want to get to have in my bag. I'm the kind of person that's like, it doesn't bother me to overpack. I usually overpack, but y'all will see all that in what's in my hospital bag. Yeah, I already know exactly what I want. And it's funny because, I don't know, some people are like, oh, make sure you take this and make sure you take this. And I'm like, I have talked to plenty of people. And I'm sure like when I do the video, complete strangers that watch it will be like, oh, you forgot to pack this or you really need that. And it's not that I don't know. It's not that like, you know, sometimes I see stuff like that. That's a really good idea. And then sometimes I see stuff I'm like, okay, well, everyone's different. So whatever. Anyways, like I said, I'm taking a couple of different styles of things for me, for myself in the hospital, just to see like, because everyone in different circumstances is comfortable with different things, if that makes sense. Or, you know, some stuff works for people, doesn't work for others. So I'm taking a few good friends that are a lot like me's kind of like advice and what they went through into consideration. And I'm taking probably a little more clothes than I need, but just because you never know how you're going to feel. Anyway, so one of the things I wanted to get, I actually found on the clearance rack, but y'all see that in my hospital bag video. But I did get this, one of those Liz Lang maternity shirts. I like the extra, extra larges because, you know, I am overweight. It is what it is. And I feel like I have enough room in these to grow usually, and I feel comfortable with the length. So it was on the clearance rack. These are usually about $15, a little more with taxes, and it was on clearance for $10. And I'm actually wearing one of them today. So yeah, I was like, hey, $10, I'll get that. That's why I got that. But yeah, I got my errands done. Justin had $33 worth of dry cleaning. We had like 17 items, but I thought it was just one big bag, and I picked it up, and then like the other bag fell, and the guy was like, this lady, because I'm always dropping stuff in the dry cleaners, so he helped me to my car, but he was just like, Lord have mercy, just shaking his head like, this lady is such a mess. Anyways, I got the errands done. So I have something I keep forgetting to tell you guys today. It's like so crazy. So I've talked about this before. Like, I don't know if that wind is going to pick up on my vlog. That was probably a really long pause. But we're under like tornado watch right now, and there was like a lot of whistling going on through my doors, and that just freaked me out. I was just outside and like trying to pick up the poop before we got another storm, and my hair was like standing straight up because of the wind. So, okay. Anyways, I'm sorry, ADD over here. What I was gonna say is so I had a few years ago, I started an infertility group, right? And me and the other girl who started it, Maggie, we were in this group where we met a bunch of girls. And the group we were in, it was just like crazy. The admin was crazy. It was really hard to be in a group, an infertility group or a TTC group that was mixed with people that already had kids and were dealing with secondary infertility, and people that didn't have, like people like us that had no kids. And it's just like there's a lot of emotions, and I don't know, the admin of that group was kind of crazy, and she was crazy. So we left that group and we kind of started our own, that had rules to like protect people, like because there was so much stuff brought into the group that wasn't necessary. It was supposed to be a support group. It was always drama, like political stuff, religious stuff. People are always fighting. It was just not a positive space, you know, for support. So we started our own very small one. And it grew, and I actually met Crystal, who is one of my best friends, like 2.5 years ago in the crazy group. And then she like, I found out she lived in Houston, and we became friends, but it took us a long time to meet because she's like this too. I'm really crazy about making friends. I don't actually make real like friends that I hang out with, that I'm very like protective. I keep the friends I have. I don't trust a lot of people. So I actually met her in there, and then some gals that we don't live in the same city, but they've become some of my like closest friends. So we started this group, blah, blah, blah. Well, I just want to put out there, because a lot of people, when I have talked about before, had asked me, could they be added? I have had some incidents where I added people on YouTube, like to this group. It's a Facebook secret group, and they were kind of nutty. So the people in the group asked me to not add anyone from YouTube anymore, which is fine. Also because it's a privacy concern for me, because it does like put my personal Facebook out there in a way now. So yeah, I don't do that anymore. And plus the group, as people have gotten pregnant, is getting smaller and smaller. One of my girls in the group, she did an IUI, and her first IUI, it didn't work. It was like ours. I say it didn't work because she didn't get pregnant. So she went in for her second one over a month ago, whatever. or not a month ago, I don't know. She just got her second one, and then the 2-week wait, and then she got her blood work. Yeah, it was over a month. She got her blood work. She was pregnant. Then she had to wait for her first ultrasound. When she first got her blood work, I was like, oh my God, you're getting multiples, because there's no way like she got a positive test like right after the trigger tested out. If you don't know what that means, basically a lot of times when you do an IUI, they give you a trigger, and it's an injection of HCG hormone, and you have to like test it out so you know if your pregnancy test is really a positive or remnants of that shot. So hers never, I don't think, fully tested out. It just got super dark one day, and it was like super dark, super early. So she found out she was pregnant. Her beta numbers were insane. I was like, you are so having multiples. And so she messages me last night, and she says, hey, today was heartbeat day. I was like, oh my gosh, tell me about it. Was it awesome? Was it wonderful? And she said, well, all 5 babies have a heartbeat, and all 5 of them are growing right on track for 7 weeks, and they all have healthy heartbeats. I said, what? 5? I was like, oh my God. 5 babies. She is having 5 babies. I am so over the moon for her. I know she's excited. She's a little scared, but the fact, like 5 babies, you guys, like, I mean, she dealt with infertility for 2 years, you know, and she did like other infertility treatments before she went to IUI like we did. I'm not sure how many like rounds of whatever she did before she got to the IUI and stuff. For us, we did 6 rounds of fertility drugs before we moved to IUI, but I'm not sure on those details. But she is pregnant with 5 little babies, and they all have heartbeats. It's just so amazing. And she says, she's like, I'm scared, but I'm excited. And I'm just like, I'm so happy for you. Like, a lot of people, that's like, oh my God, overwhelming. And I'm sure it's very scary. There's a lot. She's going to be very high risk, you know. Multiples are already high risk, but like 5 of them. But I just think it's so amazing. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I wanted to, like, I don't know, let you know, like, even because I know right before she got her IUI, we had talked, and she was like, you know, nervous, and you start thinking when the first one fails, like the second one, and there's like it's gonna fail too, and there's a lot of anxiety. And so I just want y'all to know anything's possible. Like, I think when you get to the point, at least for me, of doing, when we were doing IUIs and spending thousands of dollars, it was to the point where I was like, please let this be twins. Like, a 2-for-1 deal, you know, because you spend so much money. And it's so, and you just don't know, like, if you do get pregnant, if you'll ever get that again. So 'cause a lot of people, I know that are at that point, kind of hope for multiples, but I don't think they would ever expect 5. So yeah, she is having 5 babies, you guys. It's just crazy. So, but crazy good. I just wanted to share it with you because I know, like, a lot of times when you get to that point, like, and like something doesn't work or nothing's worked to that point, you're just like, nothing's ever gonna work. And, you know, like, even for me, I don't know if after Jackson, if I'll ever be able to get pregnant on my own again. Like, it was just like, for once in 3.5 years, I ovulated a good enough egg to get pregnant with my PCOS. And I don't know if that will ever happen again. I don't know if we'll have to get an IUI if we want another child. I don't know. Right now, I'm grateful to be pregnant, and to, if all I ever have is Jackson, I'm going to be grateful for that for the rest of my life. I'm extremely grateful. But it's just so crazy to me that, like, you know, you kind of, like, at least I know I did, and a lot of the girls that are my friends that are, like, kind of at the point hoped for multiples. But to be like 5 of them, holy cow. So I just thought that was so cool and such a rare thing I wanted to share with you guys. She hasn't told, like, a lot of people, obviously, on our Facebook, or even announced it yet. She's only around 7 weeks. But, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say her name or anything like that. But I want to share that with you because I hope it gives you guys that are going through that some kind of hope that, like, anything's possible. I get told so often from you guys struggling with infertility or trying to conceive that our story gives you so much hope. And I want you to know, like, those of you that are going through like IUI and stuff, I want you to know that even though, or even IVF, even though, because Crystal, her first round of IVF failed, it was the second one where she got pregnant with Liam. Don't let yourself get so beat down and broken, because anything is possible. Like, you know what I mean? Like anything. And I just like hearing that, I was like, that's amazing. I know for a lot of you guys that are trying to conceive and stuff, hearing that, you know, we went through all the infertility treatments, I'm battling like PCOS and, you know, not ovulating, not making good eggs and all this stuff. And we had a miracle baby without all that stuff. I know that doesn't happen for everyone, and we're extremely lucky. So those of you that are probably going to get pregnant through like IUI or IVF, and it doesn't work out the first time, like, don't give up. We weren't giving up on IUI. We were blessed enough while we were saving to have that happen. But like, if the first one fails or the second one, just don't give up. Because I know a lot of people, if their third IUI, they finally got pregnant or whatever. And it's heartbreaking and it's mentally hard to go through. But that story I just thought was so awesome and so inspiring, because I know she was so scared that the second one was going to be like the first. And it turned out to be like amazing, because she got pregnant, but pregnant times 5. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm probably getting in my vlog because I'm getting really nervous about the weather. The sky's changing a lot, the wind's blowing and making crazy noises, and I don't know, I saw something earlier about a tornado watch, and I don't know, our area has gotten tornadoes before when the rest of Houston didn't, and the news couldn't even predict it. When that happened, it was a couple years ago, and it was like after the fact, they're like, oh shit, there was a tornado over here in this part of town. So I'm gonna end the vlog and just watch the weather, because the puppies are trained to, like, if it's a tornado or really bad weather, go with me to the bathroom under the stairs. But if I hadn't been paying attention that day we had that tornado in our area, I like wouldn't have known to run. Well, first off, I got hit with the door because it wasn't locked, and it blew open and like hit me in the head. I had a big bruise. It was a mess. So anyways, after that, we trained the dogs to go to this special spot under the stairs with me where there's no windows and it's safe and stuff. But I have to be like paying attention to that stuff. So I will just see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully there'll be no tornado, just crazy wind. Bye.